Welcome back to the 100-day challenge. It is week 5, I think. Yeah, it's week 5. And so this week's prompt was ocean animals. And about, oh no, when did I do this? Oh, it's not labeled. I think I did this last summer. This super cool octopus piece that like color shifts, and it was super fun. And so I decided that, you know what, we're going to do a whole bunch of like little spooky, shimmery ocean animals on black paper this week. That being said, my shimmer palette's a bit of a hot mess because I haven't had time to tidy it yet. I keep meaning to do a live of tidying it, but that would also mean putting away shimmer cards, and I haven't done that in probably 6 months. So the shimmer palette's a bit of a hot mess, but we're just gonna go for it because I want to do these little sparkly animals. I think they'll mostly be jellyfish, just because I really love that jellyfish. So we're gonna see. I have pulled all my shimmer brushes. My shimmer brushes are all labeled in purple nail polish so that I don't accidentally mess them up with my other paint brushes. And what I've also done is I've pulled out a notebook and a fountain pen because I don't know where my white gel pens are, and so I can't actually label the back of any of these pieces right now. So instead, I'm just going to take notes off to the side. I've got this pen that I inked up in my live fountain pen video, except the ink in it has changed because what I wanted to ink up in it, I couldn't because it was still in media blackout. So what is actually in this now is Sherry Sonata, which is the new pink that comes out Feb 2nd. So I guess by the time this is out, that ink will be out. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna do a whole bunch of like sparkly jellyfish. I think we're just gonna do 7 jellyfish because you know what? It's my channel, and if I want to do 7 jellyfish, I can. What's really fun is that we are doing this all without swatches because I don't know where my shimmer swatch book is, and so everything we're doing today I am doing without swatches. Sure, let's do Opal and Fayette. So I've now pulled the colors for the first one. Alright, everything now has a home. It doesn't actually where anything lives, but everything now has a home. So Opal was a very old Cozmick Creations test color that never became a paint in the shop. It's really sad because it is my favorite super shifter ever. I almost never use it in pieces that I post because it's not a color you can actually buy from Laura, and I've never actually found a shop that carries this pigment. It's such a fun color. I might just leave it as that single color. I was going to add in Fayette, but I think it would almost be too busy. So let's let that dry. Alright, and we're dry. So I do love the effect that a good super granulate, and Super Shifter has been thinking too much about the Schmincke series, apparently. Alright, I think these have sat for long enough. And I'm going to start with this pretty bright green. And then use this one blue-green underneath. And we're going to go in with Algae. And there we go. There's number 2. It's now dry, and I absolutely love how much these colors pop. Just so much fun. They're so sparkly. So the colors for this one are probably going to give an effect most similar to the original one, because they're all ghost colors, which I think is what I used for the original. I'm gonna see if I can do like long skinny ones. And then we're going to drop a little bit of Magic Potion into the bottom edge. Let's go back with, oh, I don't know that we've used Nero Duo yet. Such a fun sparkle. There we go. Alright. It's so cute. I love all the different like gradations in the colors. It was one of my favorite parts about using color shifters in the piece. For the fourth one, I'm reaching for my Watercolors by Mirth. I think this was called the Candy Heart set, but I will leave it below. It's a really pretty set that I don't use as much as I wish I did. It's absolutely stunning. They're probably my favorite pastels, but I struggle to find pieces to use them in because they really shine together as a set. I've pulled all 6. I don't know which ones I'm going to actually use in this. So while they sit, I'm going to actually Google and look at some jellyfish and see if something sparks in my head. Alright, I found something. So we're going to see if it works. I'm actually going with we're sticking with the same brush. So it has a little blue outline. And then it's got this pinky orange blob in the middle. And then it's got this wavy face to come off the blob. And then we've got these loose strings that also exist. There. I would say it looks like that jellyfish has like a brain in the middle. Alright. This one doesn't shift as much, but they are still quite sparkly and very pretty. So, 2 of these Cozmick Creations colors were supposed to release New Year's Eve, but Laura got quite sick, and so I don't think they've released yet. They are incredibly pretty though, and so we're gonna use them here. They are shifting holographic colors, so I think they make really pretty little thingies, tenderly bits. So this first one is Orange Glow. And then the second one is Cotton Candy, which is slightly more pink. Both are incredibly pretty though. Alright. So all 3 of these colors shift. Fayette is a shifter, and then the others are super shifting holos. They're hard to see this small though, so they are really pretty. This is the first one that's going to be a mix of brands, and so one of these colors is from GD Color Art, and then the other 2 are Cozmicks. So I'm going to start with Cosmic Silver Mist. It's the very top of this jelly. And then into GD Color Art Neptune. The bottom edge. And then let's go in with Aster, which is another one of those Cozmick Creations Holo shifters. So Silver Mist is a part of the same set that Fayette is part of. Aster is one of the new shifters. Stunning. Really beautiful. I used it in a couple pieces and I absolutely love it. There we go. So here is this one. I love the shimmer on it. I think glitter watercolors on black, even as minis, is so much fun. For the final one, I picked Clover Set paints, which I haven't used a bunch lately, but I do absolutely love. Her names tend to be more sarcastic and out there. So we have Holy Shit, Sashay Away, and Ultimate Power. I love Holy Shit. A bunch of these paints I bought from one of her BAs a few years back when she switched her formula, and then some of them were actually gifted to me by one of her BAs a couple years ago. So it's been a couple years since I've purchased any of her paints, but they are super fun and they sort of lend themselves to use on black paper or lettering, and I don't letter a bunch anymore, so I decided I'd use them in this. You can get some weird effects when mixing two different super shifters together, but I mix my purple and my blue ones often enough that I know which ones I can get away with mixing together in a piece. So I'm going to throw in some of the purple. And just by like playing with the brush pressure, especially with a really fine brush, you can really alter like, the way these lines look. You can do it with any brush, but like I find with a really fine brush, like I like the look more. I'm also going to go in with a touch of blue. Here we go. And there we go. I love the teal in it. It's such a pretty, like the teal to the purple. I absolutely love it. Oh, I love using super shifters. So there we go. There are all 7 days of jellyfish. I actually really like the tentacles on this one, but I think the ones that shift more, like day 2, day 5, and day 7, may be my absolute favorites. They're just so much fun, and they remind me of the original one a lot. The plan wasn't to originally, when I was planning out the 100-day challenge, wasn't originally to do 7 jellyfish for Ocean Animals Week, but I do really love them. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope it inspired you to, you know, pull out your super shifter paints or your sparkly paints and, you know, actually paint with them instead of just like using them for accents, because I think that's part of the fun of these paints. It's just like actually getting to paint with them. And I know when I first got them in my collection, I was really precious about them and like didn't like to do full paintings with them. It sort of felt like a waste. But I've had them in my palette now for a couple years, and I have to say, I find sometimes the most enjoyment in painting is just sitting down and painting something with really sparkly paints. So this was a lot of fun and might have actually been the most fun that I've had so far in the 100-day challenge, because it's always fun to paint with sparkle. It's always fun to sort of step outside of your normal color palette, which I didn't like. It's still pinks, purples, and blues. It's pretty close to what colors I normally use, but it's fun to use paints that are different than normal. And so in this case, things that shift and stuff. So let me know which is your favorite. Let me know, like, if you have paints like this in your palette, are you super precious with them, or do you do full paintings with them? Because I think I've done one paint your style fully in shimmer paints, and it was such a fun experience. So let me know down below.